The term psychology has been derived from the Greek word psyche, translating as breath, spirit, soul, and logia, which corresponds to study of. It takes about 66 days for an average individual to make something a daily habit. Studies say that individuals who could instinctively use sarcasm to tackle a frivolous question have healthy minds. Individuals who have a deep sense of guilt are better at identifying the emotions and concerns of the people around them. We're naturally second-minded because other people don't approve. Yawning to have someone else's yawn is a normal phenomenon, despite not feeling exhausted or asleep. One of the myths regarding its infectiousness is that people catch it to express empathy. An average individual's mind wanders 30% of the time. Eye pupil rises to 45% when an individual looks at somebody they love. We often tend to break down knowledge into classes of 4 objects in them. The Indian phone number is 984-973-2543. 3 blocks with 4 bits in each chunk. During the 7 minutes of neural activity you will have before dying, you will see your memories in a dreamlike pattern. Having siblings is proven to help with getting along well with peers. The way an individual treats the employee at an establishment talks immensely about their character. If you sob out of happiness, the first tear will come from the right eye, but if you cry out of sorrow, it will come from the left. Food prepared by someone else tastes much better than your preparation, even when you use the same recipe. Hearing a single negative thing could damage at least 5 positive memories. Studies have shown that consuming food without preservatives will increase IQ by up to 14%. You seem to think more about a specific individual than about catastrophic events. An individual still has 7 minutes of neural activity before he passes away. Researchers have observed that thinking that something bad is going to happen is less stressful to understand than not understanding how it will eventually wind up. Men aren't more entertaining than women. They only make more jokes and they don't care whether others like their humor or not. Shy people tell others very little about themselves, but they do it in quite a manner that makes other individuals believe they know them better than they think they do. Our brain size has decreased by 10% since we were hunter-gatherers. People in blue rooms are also much more productive. The study showed that information could last longer in the mind of a person evaluated for it than if it were only examined without the need for instant recall. You are in an endless pursuit of human faces in inanimate objects. People are much more likely to return a missing wallet if a picture of a child is found inside. Smart people tend to have fewer mates than the average person. The smarter the individual, the more selective they become. People who speak 2 languages can unintentionally change their personalities when they switch speaking from one language to another. People would rather change the truth than change their views about people. People who view crime shows and films have consistently overestimated the frequency of crime in the real world. Your reliance on social media is the product of your psychological system. There's a neurological explanation for why you thought your phone was vibrating because there's no warning called phantom vibration syndrome. Some people live their lives as if they were in a reality television show. Feeling as though you are in a TV reality show is considered the Truman Syndrome. Seeing others favorably shows our positive characteristics. Seeing others negatively reveals our negative attributes. Depression is often referred to as the product of thought. Imagination causes issues that didn't exist. Being happy around people makes you happier. Convincing yourself that you slept well tricks your brain into believing you did. The sort of music you listen to influences the way you view the world. Romantic desire is biochemically indistinguishable from serious obsessive-compulsive disorder. Phobias may be memories which are passed down through many ancestors by means of our DNA, according to new studies. Researchers are thinking of adding internet addiction to the general list of psychiatric illnesses. The brain experiences rejection as physical discomfort. We might persuade ourselves that a dull job was enjoyable if we weren't rewarded. Sugar and fat were pretty good stuff to our predecessors. Our brain doesn't think that long-term deadlines are so significant. Our own local culture and environment can sometimes cause hallucinatory voices. The average high school student now has the same level of anxiety as compared to the average psychiatric ward inmate in the early 1950s. Religious rituals, such as prayer, are associated with significantly lower levels of mental issues or psychological discomfort. No one born blind has ever had schizophrenia,